Hey guys, That Movie Nerd here. What do you get when you combine Pete Townsend of The Who, a director from The Simpsons, and the studio that brought us Quest for Camelot? Surprisingly, a really fantastic movie. In 1968, Ted Hughes published a story called The Iron Man, a definite sci-fi fantasy about a metal man from outer space landing on Earth to befriend the boy and save his town from a firebird-like creature. Okay then. Though a good book, having read it as a kid, it went largely unnoticed until a new edition was published with new illustrations by Faber and Faber Publishing in 1985, where not only did the book find new life, but breathed new inspiration. At the time of his publication, the Acquisitions editor read the story and loved it, wanting to write a musical album based on the story. To make this better, the Acquisitions editor at the time was none other than Pete Townsend of The who took the job as a side career when starting his solo career. 1989 saw that album get released, featuring the reunion of the three remaining members of The Who, along with musical greats like John Lee Hooker and Nina Simon. While some saw this a bit strange, I don't think it's any stranger as a deaf, dumb, and blind man becoming a pinball wizard or a mod biker with 4 different personalities. It's an album I listen to even to this day, and it's a personal favorite. Pete Townsend's goal was to turn this into a stage show, which was achieved in 1993 in London, where Warner Brothers executives saw the story and bought the rights to make a movie of it. Warner Brothers chose Brad Bird, currently known for his work on The Simpsons, and would later go on to make Ratatouille and The Incredibles, to direct the film, and Tim McCandless to write. Given a huge amount of creative control, Bird and McCandless changed the story drastically. After the critical and financial bomb that was Quest for Camelot, Warner Brothers was ready to take a chance with a brand new direction and type of animated film, as they realized that just copying Disney wasn't going to cut it. The Iron Giant was released in the summer of 1999 to widespread critical praise, but unfortunately did not get the box office Warner Brothers wanted or it deserved. Many blame Warner Brothers for this because of their marketing techniques, in which they didn't seem to know what they were doing, but in their defense, how do you market a film like this? It's a sci-fi story set in the 1950s about a boy who finds a metal man near his home and has to keep it a secret because of the Cold War, sort of in the vein of E.T. It's a movie that seems more adult, but is also something young kids can watch, the definition of a family film. But with that premise, I can't think of a proper way to market it without misleading people or target it to either just adults or just children. The trailers Warner Brothers made were truthful to the film, but sadly they weren't enough to build hype. I was one of the few to see it in the theater at the age of 4, and it blew my mind, an experience I still remember to this day. We were a bit late coming into the theater, so the first shot I saw was this.
The lighthouse! I see it!
As a 4-year-old seeing that, the movie had me, and I had to know what was going to happen after that, and it just kept getting better and better. The story centers around Hogarth, a boy of a single mother in Rockwell, Maine, who loves science fiction and exploration. Hogarth is a really relatable character, as I believe all of us were like that at some point. Even at the age of 4, I related to him and his sense of wanting a friend and to see what was in his backyard. His mother, Annie, voiced by Jennifer Aniston, is also a very likable character, working hard to make sure his son is safe and will grow up to be a good man. When Hogarth's TV goes to static, he goes out to explore what is the cause, bringing us to an exciting meetup. He sees the Iron Giant as he is trying to find food eating the power lines near Hogarth's town. Startled, Hogarth runs away but sees that this creature isn't really a villain, but someone who is lost, causing Hogarth to search for him the next day. Now, the Iron Giant himself is just fantastic. He looks cool and he's extremely likable. He teaches us about life as much as Hogarth teaches him, and the friendship that bonds between them is natural and lovable. Vin Diesel provided the voice of the Giant, and he does a fantastic job breathing life into a character with heart. It's his best voice work yet, causing him to voice another lovable sci-fi character down the road. Realizing that he must keep the Giant a secret from his town, Hogarth befriends a junkyard owner and artist named Dean to hide him away in his junkyard. Dean is also a great character, understanding the boy's connection to the Iron Giant and having a great personality. He cares about his art as well as humanity. Harry Connick Jr., the singer, did the voice, and it's surprising how good he is. I wish he did more voice work because he really fit this character, and you would never have guessed he would do such a good job. But of course, with every movie, a problem needs to arise, and this comes in the form of a government agent named Kent, voiced by Christopher McDonald. Kent is searching for the Iron Giant and makes Hogarth's life a living hell at home to prove to his boss that he's not crazy. While Kent is goofy and seems to be a typical animated villain, the government versus the giant aspect of the film adds a ton of depth. It's the Cold War. People are expecting the US and the Soviet Union to kill each other any day now. This is perfectly summed up when Kent tells Hogarth,
"All I know is we didn't build it, and that's reason enough to assume the worst and blow it to kingdom come."
That was the mindset at the time, and the fears are properly shown, even adding a class scene about hiding underneath your desk from a bomb. Through Hogarth and the Giant's relationship while in the junkyard, the themes of choosing who you are and not giving in to your violent tendencies are subtly and brilliantly shown. Dean provides the line, "You are who you choose to be," which Hogarth also learns through his interactions with the Giant. Giant takes this to heart with the mind of a child, wanting to be Superman. Also like a child, the Giant learns about death when he and Hogarth come across a deer and then hear a gunshot that kills the deer. This is a fantastic scene showing that while death is natural, killing is not. The Giant takes this to heart, especially as we learn more about the Giant himself. We never know where the Giant came from or his origins. The mystery is welcomed and never explained, which is a fantastic decision. This creates the message that it doesn't matter where you came from, but what you choose to do now. After convincing the government that there is no Iron Giant in Maine, Hogarth and the Giant relax by playing with each other. Hogarth uses a fake laser gun, and that causes the Giant to act out of defense and bring out his real guns, and almost kills Hogarth in the process. This causes the Giant to run away and for Hogarth and Dean to go find him. While they are finding him, the Giant proves his Superman-like personality by saving two boys in the town before falling to their deaths. This provides the town to admire the Giant, but Kent and the government army sees the Giant and act upon their instinct to try and blow him up. Now with Hogarth in his hand, the Giant runs away from the army, but is attacked and believes that the army has killed Hogarth. Acting out of anger, the Giant turns into a war machine, all guns and qualities that he has within him. Triggering the Giant's anger also works for the theme of the film. We all have anger within us and the power to destroy and kill, and while sometimes that's hard to control, it is our choices that make us who we are. The Giant can be an atomo metal menace, or, as he wants to be, Superman. Hogarth reminds him of this, and the Giant reverts back to who he truly is, a kind, gentle, metal man. The army general and the rest of the town see his qualities as a good creature. However, out of spite, Kent orders a bomb to be fired at the Giant, who is currently in the middle of the town. Realizing that everyone is going to die, the town is thrown into a panic until the Giant decides to do the most heroic thing he can. Fly to the bomb and stop it himself, destroying him in the process. This is an extremely touching moment as we see the Giant become who he is, a true man of steel. Like Hogarth, we are torn when we see the Giant go, and the relationship they had with him, we had as well. This is why the final scene where we see the Giant in the Arctic rebuilding causes so much joy. Hogarth, Dean, and his mother are all living together in happiness, and the Giant, now knowing who he is, will be back. Now, of course, all the themes and character in the story are fantastically shown, but there's no denying the brilliant animation here. Everything looks gorgeous, especially the backgrounds and the Giant himself. It all looks great, and the animators did a fantastic job. This is a movie that thrives on its hand-drawn animation and couldn't be done nearly as well with computers or in live action. While the film did poorly at the box office, the good news is the film is expanding to more and more people and new generations as a cult classic. As a kid, no one else I knew had seen this film. I mean, I bring it up, but no one seemed to know what I was talking about. That's what made this film special to me, but also had me longing for more people to see it. But as the years went on, more people did, thanks to the VHS and later the DVD. However, we are now in the Blu-ray age, and still no Blu-ray has been released. Brad Bird is currently fighting for a special edition Blu-ray release with Warner Brothers, who wants a bare bones disc, and frankly, Bird is right in fighting. This movie deserves much better. In fact, I found the DVD in a $5 DVD bin at Walmart, and this is a movie to be cherished and shared instead of tossed away and forgotten. Now, thankfully, at this year's Comic-Con, they announced that the film was going to go back to theaters with all new scenes, which I suspect means a Blu-ray is going to come in the future, but there still aren't any concrete plans. Bird has told fans to let Warner Brothers Home Entertainment know by tweeting at them that we want a special edition Blu-ray set. I have, and I urge everyone to do the same. I really hope this movie re-release confirms that we are going to get a special edition Blu-ray set, and I just can't wait to see it. The Iron Giant is a brilliant movie that deserves to be seen and passed down within each generation. I know when I have kids, this is going to be one of the first movies I show to them, along with the Disney fairy tales and the Pixar films. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Get the DVD and watch it over and over like I have. It deserves that and so much better. So tweet out to Warner Brothers, spread the word, and go see it in theaters. I know I am. And that's all I have to say about The Iron Giant. So with that, this is That Movie Nerd, signing off.